Welcome to this video where we're going to be looking at location-specific parameters in Eco Risk Projector. So you're going to want to start by going into a model or creating a new model. You can give it metadata, so name and other information. You're then going to want to move on to the model settings, which is where you select the plugin to use. Let's say we choose Ambassador's Glassfish. So we get our parameters. These are specific to this model, and also these default values are initially provided. We could then choose to customize these as our own defaults for this implementation. For example, perhaps in this case we don't want to use a medium flow, we want to use a flow threshold of 1,000. So we can set this. We then move on to the next setting, location settings, which is where we choose the system that we want to apply the model in. If we go ahead and we select, for example, this 10-year demo system, we've got two nodes. Now at each node, we've got two locations called node 1 and node 2. At each location, you can then come in and manually override. So what you set here is what comes up as the default at each location. But I could then come in and say, okay, for node 1, yep, that's cool, 1,000 megaliters per day. But let's say actually node 2, it's drier here. It's actually 800 megaliters that we care about. And I can set that. And then when the computation runs, we'll run at node 1 with 1,000 threshold and at node 2 with an 800 threshold. Now, if I come back, if I was to go ahead and go back to say, actually, no, the default should be use medium flow. Now, when we come into here, what we're going to see is that wherever we were using the default value, so node 1 hadn't changed, it was still just using a throw threshold of 1,000, the default. This has switched over. However, if we look at node 2, where we had manually specified a new threshold, it will remain. So this means that you can change your overall default and it will apply wherever the locations are still using the default. However, if the locations have specific parameters, these will not be lost, and I could then come in here and change the threshold or say, actually, no, I do want to use medium flow here as well. So I think that is a good overview of location-based settings and parameters in Eco Risk Projector.